So, and this movie also has like a lot of similarities to another cult movie called The Wicker Man that came out in the 70s. It came out in the 70s, and it was also like remade in like the early 2000s with Nicolas Cage, but like it's
I'm
trash.
not gonna lie, that's the one I was thinking of.
The one with Nicolas Cage, it kind of has the same ideas.
Wait,
but
are you saying a Nicolas Cage movie was whack?
The Nicolas Cage version has like a weird anti-feminist twist to it. Because they change it that like the cult is basically all run by women, and that the men are like subjugated and they can't speak and everything. And you have like this feeling of like, this is what happened if fucking women were in charge. And Nicolas Cage like punches an old lady out at one point, and it's trash. But the original one with...
How about The Weatherman? Remember that?
I remember The Weatherman was just dumb.
I loved it.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought it was just boring.
I mean, it's like horrible. But,
Yeah.
you know,
it's a bad movie.
I mean, he's not good. He's a weird dude.
He's not good, and I really think his Oscar was a fluke, and I do not think he's good. I love kind of his movies.
I remember City of Angels.
There's a movie that just came out.
The Goo Goo Dolls.
There's a movie that just came out called The Color Out of Space
with Nick Cage.
And it's real fucking weird.
Is it?
It's real fucking weird. I don't want to get on Nick Cage. Let's get back to.
Right.
We went on a weird Nick Cage rant.
I tried, folks.
The original Wicker Man is with Christopher Lee, and it's about this island off the coast of like England, and basically a girl goes missing, and this cop comes there to find this detective comes there to find the girl, and the detective is super Christian and is just like everything is Jesus, and everyone who hasn't been baptized is going to hell, and this cult kind of runs the island, and it's very similar to like a Midsommar type cult.
Right.
They're run by the guy who plays the leader is Christopher Lee, who I'm not sure if you know. He was in like Lord of the Rings, and he's been in like a lot of like 70s really cheesy horror movies. He was in The Howling 2.
I think we watched that.
That's the Your Sister's a Werewolf movie. He's the guy that says that line. But you see this detective coming in, and he's like super Christian, and there's this pagan cult, and he kind of like hates them and scolds them, saying like, you're not teaching these children the truth of Jesus. And he finds out that there actually was no missing girl, that he's been lured there because he's the human sacrifice, and he's burned alive, similar to Midsommar. And I see clear like similarities between the two movie of like these are two opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah. Of
the uptight Christian and like the worry-free pagans who, you know, are just having fun and tripping out. And
see, I didn't take them as like worry-free tripping out. I took them as like essentially kind of like slaves or just mindless sheep.
There is, and when I say like this movie clearly isn't pro-cult, you see that like a lot of the people actually are not happy there. That even when they do have this kind of group togetherness of we're all sharing our emotions, like clearly some of them are like not okay with it. Like this. Well,
there's no individuality.
Yeah,
you know, it's all.
Like the scene where the two older Horga people, the man and the woman, are supposed to kill themselves because they've turned 72.
Right.
And it kind of lingers on both their face when they're having their final dinner. And like, you kind of know what happens. The characters don't really know what's going on, but you know what happens. And like, clearly they're terrified. And
yeah, I thought that kind of too, but I wouldn't say like clearly they're terrified, but I would say the thought lingers in your mind, like, are they so like amped to kind of like, you know, take part in this sacrifice? Like,
it's almost like they do not want to do this, but they've been conditioned since they were born that this is what has to happen.
Yeah.
And it's very much of, this idea of group togetherness, at least in that cult, is kind of a lie. I mean, they are able to get Danny in with just this bullshit, but it is a lie. And you do you need individuality. Like, you can't this group togetherness of like, we're all sad at the same time, we're all happy at the same time, we do everything at the same time, we're never alone. You can't have that. But you can't have the other way either, of just thinking that every time someone is upset, it's because they're overreacting or they're looking for attention, like how Christian says with Danny's sister, who's reaching out for help and clearly mentally unwell and clearly suicidal.